All right, welcome back. All right, so now I'll be explaining to us how we can download a satellite imagery from the Google Earth environment. All right, so looking at this Google Earth environment now, like I was explaining to us, you see that this is just the shape of the Earth. Now, in this Google Earth software, you can have access to the satellite imagery of places on the Earth's surface. Now, it depends on where you want to work with that will determine what part of the imagery are you downloading. Now, let me use a case study. Let me choose Lekki, Lagos. So now, how do we go about that? Like I was trying to explain, you use this search toolbar to look for your study area, or probably there's some other ways. But in this video, I'll be explaining to us how we can make use of this search toolbar. So now, I want to look for Lekki. I want to work with Lekki as a case study. Then in this place, you get to type Lekki. Then you search. So, and mind you, you must have a very strong network to help you have a very great experience because of this. Now, you get to see this now, it has popped up, and this is Lekki in this axis. So you can zoom in with the scroll button on your mouse and to get a very clear view. Now, but what we need this imagery is for is so that we can be able to digitize it and georeference it and digitize it, so to say, and use it for some other things that we want to use it for. So, which means that there are some of these icons, like as it is now, I don't need them. I don't need them for anything, basically. But if in the course of digitizing, I will need to show some features like this AXA, Lagos, and things like that, then we can get to download them with these icons that we have even on it. So if peradventure, okay, let's download it with it, should in case we might need them. Peradventure, you don't need them on this layer like this. You can get to turn them off. You can uncheck them on these layers. Because just see that it's not showing there again. But because of further study, we might need them. So you can just get to check them and you see that it's showing there. All right. Now we want to download the imagery. Now just bear at the back of your mind that the extent that is showing on the screen of your laptop will determine what you are going to download. Like I have this on my laptop now. Anything I'll be downloading from this software will not go beyond what my system is showing me currently. Now, how do we go about that, the downloading and everything that we want to do now? Now, firstly, so that we can have a better and a smooth georeferencing experience in time to come, uh, I would advise that you use this way. There are many other ways that you can get to do it, but it's very advisable that you get to know how to handle all of these things professionally, even from the start. Now, before you get to do that, now you come to this side, you right click, you come to add, then you come to folder. You can create a folder. For this folder now, I'll give it GIS class. GIS class, then I'll click on OK. Now, I've created a folder, then this is the folder here. This is a folder, GIS class. Now, why I created this folder is so that anything I'm working with on this phase can be reflecting here on the folder. All right, now, and for you to be able to do reference on ArcGIS, you need ground control points. GCPs, ground control points. We call them control points so that they can stand as point of reference for us in the course of the creation of our maps and the georeferencing and everything that we want to do. So now, how do we get to create ground control point? Now, let's assume I want to download the imagery within this surface now. Now, there are two options. If you get to see this, the orientation of this image now, the orientation of this image, let's assume it was like this in your own screen, and this is not the kind of image you need. This is the kind of image that you need, not this kind. Now, how did I do what I did now? There are two methods you can use. Either you press the U button on your screen, on your keyboard, or you come to View, you come to Reset, then you come to Tilt and Compass. You get to see that it's giving it the right orientation that it ought to have. You can let me do it again: View, Reset, then Tilt and Compass. All right, now. So now what we want to do now is to create a ground control point on this imagery so that we can bring it to GIS environment. Now, how do we go about that? You come to the folder you've created, you right click, you come to add, then you come to place mark. Now, adding place mark, now we can get to see that it is showing a pin here. So we can get to drag this first pin here. I will call it pillar 1. So I will call it pillar 1. All right, sorry, I will call it pillar 1 coming. I'll call it pillar 1. All right. Now we get to see that this pillar, as it is pillar 1 now, is showing the coordinate of this place. Let me just adjust it a little bit. Now you can change this icon as well. Okay, let me change the icon to something different from what we have there before. So let me change it to this. Then I'll just change the color to, let me say, red. Then okay, you get to see that it has changed. That's pillar 1. Then you come to this same place again, you add another place mark. I can call it pillar 2. So we can get to bring it towards this side. I can call it pillar 2. Then you click on OK. So I'm going to do it up to 4 points so that I can have a very perfect georeferenced image. It's going to be pillar 3. It's going to be pillar 3. Let me just bring this towards the side. Then uh, then you click on OK. Then you right click here as well. You come to add place mark. Then you have pillar 4. Then that's gonna be, then you bring it towards where you want it to be. Then I'm gonna press OK. Now on this screen now you see that I've created 4 ground control points. So these control points are gonna be useful for me to be able to georeference whatever I want to georeference. Now that's that about that. Now let's go straight directly to downloading our image. We have 2 options that you can use to download your image. Imagery is that you come to this place and click on save image, or you come to this side, you come to file, you come to save, then the same thing is still here as well. But for this video I'll be using this icon, save image. Now you will notice well that the every of these features that are on this imagery, this is a legend that is telling you, okay, these are the things that I have here and things like that. But for the sake of this video, I do not need them. So if peradventure for your own imagery or for your research you need them, you can just get to download them. But for me, I don't need them. Now do I remove them? You come to map options, then you uncheck them, then you save. You get to see that those things are actually not there again. It's not there again. Now for you to be sure that you have a very good oriented imagery, you can come back to view as well. When you come back to to view, then you come to tilt and compass just to make sure your image is well oriented. Then from that you come to resolution. You can click on maximum resolution to have a very sharp imagery. Then you save. So it's going to ask you where do you want to save your image. Now for me, I have a folder that I've designated for me to save this image. This is a folder Google data. So let me just give it a name. I'm gonna give it Lekki Google image. Lekki Google image. All right, image. Then okay. So you see gradually it's downloading. So from your hand, if you have a very good network, within few minutes, yes, we're gonna see that everything is gonna pop up and download. So let's wait for it for just few seconds and see what become of that. All right. So while this is downloading, so it's downloading. It's almost it has got it to 50%. Let's just wait a little. So most times, at times, it can be faster than this. It's depending on the kind of network that you use, how strong your network is. It's going to determine how fast your operations on the software will be, and as well, it's going to determine how sharper the resolution of your images are gonna be. Now we have been able to download the imagery, is already in our folder. All right. I created this point one, pillar two, pillar three, and pillar four, like I told us, so that we can be able to use it to georeference our imagery. Now, for we have many other methods, different kind of methods that you can get used to georeference, but I will teach us a very simple and straightforward method now, and probably in some other videos I can get to introduce some other methods to us. All right, now we have gotten to know that we have pillar one, two, three, and four here on the screen, and we have them here in the layer section. So you can just get to export this point as well. Then you bring it to the ArcGIS environment. Now, how do we go about that? You just come to you click on this folder, you right click, you go to save place as. When we come to save place as, then it's going to ask you. Now, what we're trying to do is that when you export this, it's going to export everything you do as a KMZ file. So I'm going to be saving it in this Google Earth folder that I have before. Let me just name it Ibeju. Let me just name it Lekki KMZ. So let me just name it Lekki file. All right, then you save. So we're done with everything we want to do in this environment. All right, so now let's come directly back to the let's look at the folder that we just downloaded, the what we just downloaded. Let's look at it together and get to see that this is um the file, the KMZ file, and as well this is the imagery that we just downloaded. So we are going to bring it down to the ArcGIS environment. All right, now let's go to ArcGIS environment, like we can see. So before we can bring in our imagery to georeference them, firstly you must get to set your coordinate system. Now to go about that, you come to view, you come to data frame properties, then it's going to bring in this interface. We have the general, we have data frame, but what we want to work with is the coordinate system. So you come to this icon here, you click on this, you come to new, then you click on geographic coordinate system, and our image is coming from the Google Earth environment, which is with the datum WGS 1984. So you come to this place, click on WGS 84, then the it is in degrees and like, so you leave the rest like this, then you apply, then okay. Here as well, you do what, you apply, you click on okay. So this our page now is configured with respect to the WGS 1984 coordinate system. So now we need to bring in our image now. How do you bring in your image? You come to catalog, you can you should have connected your ArcGIS to a folder that you want to work with. You should have done that. Then, so this is the folder I connected my ArcGIS with now. Then from that folder now, I get to bring in the Google Earth imagery. How do I bring it in? As long as I press this plus sign, it's going to pop up. Then you left click on it and bring it to this environment. All right. So as well, another method you can use to bring in your data is when you click on add data. When you click on add data, you can come to folder connections, then you'll be able to have access to the same imagery. Then you bring it in, you click on it, then you add data. So there are many ways you can get to do that. All right, so our imagery now is available here on this environment. So you get to see it, and we see that we have our point one, point two, point three, and as well as point four in the same interface. So having gotten that, we want to now bring in the KMZ file that we downloaded alongside with this imagery on the Google Earth environment. So what we're just going to do is just that you come to search. Now on this search icon, you type KMZ to layer, KMZ to layer. Then you click on this search icon. Then it's going to bring in these two options. So when you click on these two options, So it's going to bring this interface for you as well. Then you input your file. Now let me just give it a name. So okay, it is here. This is name. Open. Now the reason why I'm having this sign here is because you see now it says Lekki file already exists. So there's a file that I have like that initially that once existed with the same name. So it's not going to replace. What I just need to do here is just do what to rename it. Let me just give it new Lekki. So we get to see that the icon is not there again. That should tell us that what we are doing is still very okay. Now just click on OK. Then you wait for it. You get to see that from this side it is converting it gradually. As soon as it's done, it's going to come up and mark it. Can we see it down? KMZ to layer is done. And we get to see that we have it here on the screen. Now you just come to this place. Now you right click. Then when you zoom to layer, you get to see that we have our 4 point here on the Google Earth environment. All right, now the next thing we want to do now is to georeference them. That is, we want to relate this ground control points to this imagery. We want to relate them together. Now, how do you go about that? That's where georeferencing comes in. All right, now here now let's assume on your own interface you are not having the georeferencing toolbar. You can right click here and look for it here. Now it's not there again, but if let's assume I wasn't having it, you just come here, you check georeferencing, you see that it is there. Now what I want to georeference is this imagery, that is the Lekki Google image. So if it was not there, if this name is not aligning with what you want to georeference initially, you can change it. Probably you have more than one imagery on this environment at the same time. But for me, I have this Lekki Google image here. All right, now what I just need to do is to georeference. All right, now I want to georeference with respect to what I have on ground, the control point. Now, first of all, you just have to come to add control point. Then you come to where you want to add control point. This is pillar one. Just say arbitrarily, this is just the point. You click, you left click. Then when you left click, so can we see that? So it's now having like a line here. Now you now come to this your control point. You right click, zoom to layer. So you are now bringing it to meet this man that is here. You are trying to align it with pillar one and try to zoom to the nearest minimum here. So let's just bring it down a little bit. All right. Now you go back to your image as well, do the same thing. Come to point two as well. Click on the center here. Then you right click on your control point. Then we are bringing that to point two. All right. So the same thing we are going to do for um, the third point as well, which is point three. Can get to see that it's even almost aligning to with each other, but let's just do what we want to do. So this is here. Then you come to zoom to layer as well, which is this. All right. So this is okay. So you just align it with point three. This is point three here. So the same thing for point four as well. What is our point four? Point four coming. So this is point four. So this is the middle of point four here. You can just as well bring it to the side. So this is it here. All right. So that is that we have aligned this 4 point with the imagery. All right. Let's zoom to layer. Now it is georeferenced, but we're not done yet. What we do is just that you now come to georeferencing. Even before that, you can get to see your link table here and get to see the link table of your georeferencing. This is where it was initially, and these are the ground control points. These are the residuals of your georeferencing. All right, now so this is it. Now after doing this, now what you just have to do is just that you come to georeferencing. you have two options. It's either you update georeferencing or you rectify. If you update georeferencing, your image will be updated and it will be georeferenced. Even if you take it to some other GIS environment, it's going to come out georeferenced alongside with the georeferencing file. But when you rectify, the rectify is just going to give you a georeferenced image and another duplicate of your image. That is, one will be georeferenced and one will be will not be georeferenced. But for this video, I'll just be choosing the update georeferencing. So when I update georeferencing now, we can get to see that this imagery is georeferenced, is now georeferenced. All right, so that will be all for that. Now again, so that will be all for now. Thank you.